How many? How many? How many? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, here, here, hey, ha. All right, what did I get up to?
Hello, and welcome to How Many, your podcast all about pop culture and four guys eating snacks while talking about stuff. I am one of your hosts, Jesse Jackson. Joining me today is
Junior,
Scott,
and Bob.
And Bob is eating on the air as normal.
As usual.
You can't prove that. No video.
So, I don't know if you guys know this, but coming up this week, the first weekend of May, is Texas Frightmare Weekend, one of the biggest pop culture horror conventions in the country. And
coming to our Fairburg.
yes,
DFW.
and I actually am going to be a guest, and so I've been talking to different guests, not celebrities, but just fans of the conventions and sharing the story. So, pretty appropriate, the topic you have for us, Junior.
Yes, so recently on the P1CR, which probably makes up the majority of our listeners, there was a topic somebody posted. Actually, it may have been in the Mexican P1CR, I don't remember. But somebody put a post regarding how many, or not how many, but what horror movies scared you as a child growing up. So there was a lot of different opinions as far as a lot of 70s and 80s horror movies that were the things that kind of scarred kids for life. Bob, you said in particular you kind of have an aversion to the Exorcist movie because that's the movie that kind of frightened you as a kid.
Well, I've still to this day never seen the whole movie.
Me
But I remember when I was a kid, and I think The Exorcist came out like in '73 around that time.
so you weren't really a kid.
Yeah, well, dang it.
You were in your 30s by then?
No, I was like 7, and in the house we lived in, when I'd go to bed, you could still hear the TV in the living room, so it would take a while for me to fall asleep. A lot of times I'd hear the TV while parents were still watching TV, and I'd remember some nights where they'd be playing a trailer for The Exorcist, and you'd hear that GD
Tubular
bells. Scared the F out of me, and to this day I cannot stand that. That song gives me the heebie-jeebies.
It's a very recognizable theme song. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of go through some of the classic horror movies and talk about how many great theme songs. And of these theme songs, the majority of them don't have lyrics, so it's not like a song that was attached to a horror movie. Most of these are instrumental except for maybe one or two. So I have a list of about 30 movies and about 10 honorable mentions that I wanted to kind of throw in there as well.
Does
So Mike
Spoiler!
Does that count as lyrics?
Spoilers.
Mike Oldfield, not Gary Oldman, but Mike Oldfield
Yeah.
is the one who wrote
Yeah,
Tubular Bells.
that's right.
And do you know
That was a hit.
it was a hit?
Oh yeah.
Outside
It's a
of the
big hit.
movie.
It's a big hit. I've got the super hits of the '70s box set, 25 CD box set, and it was on
Ooh,
there.
put that on the bragging montage.
That and the see, I put Tubular Bells there sound-wise with Close Encounters, the Close Encounters song.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, God,
Okay.
I mean, God, how many times did I hear that on the radio when I was a kid?
Dang it! Now I'm craving mashed potatoes.
You're going to make a mashed potatoes mountain.
Yes.
Mashed
Now,
potatoes.
some of the movies that I've selected on this list may be a little controversial because you may consider them more of an action movie than a horror movie, but it does have scary elements to it,
Well,
especially if you would be a kid.
Like I can think of one right now that I will not spoil, but it's an iconic song for what I would call a thriller. So I think that's perfectly okay.
So before we start getting into the amount of how many and the guesses,
Yeah.
getting back to the topic that kind of inspired this, what were some of the horror movies as a child that kind of scarred you and made you kind of scared to go to bed that night after seeing it? So Bob, you had mentioned Exorcist. Is that the one for you?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I can't think of a lot of other movies that I saw that I was really scared by. I mean,
Dude.
Oh,
Okay.
I can.
I mean, I really enjoyed horror movies like Halloween and some of the other ones that were scary, but I enjoyed them. The Exorcist was just like, no man, that's too scary to hear.
So I am a major P. And
Mark.
I do. I mean, Don Knotts, the ghost in his kitchen, caused me to be worried at night.
I know what you're talking about because I remember that movie as a kid too. That music in that organ music in that, it was like.
was so freaky.
Growing up on a remote dairy farm in rural Louisiana, did you have was it where you could just hear all sorts of noises at night?
Oh, and like we would.
It's the lambs, Clarice.
My grandparents. I mean, looking now as an adult, this was so cool. But my grandparents had this very small house, and then they had stairs up to the attic, not pull-down stairs, actually stairs that you open the door. There was a stairwell, and then the roof was slanted, so you could actually. I mean, this was almost a finished attic, but a second story. And as an adult now, or as a teenager, I think that would have been the coolest bedroom ever. But as a kid, freaked me out being in the dark, and you have to remember, as you talked about in rural Louisiana, when it's dark, dark.
Yeah, no light pollution.
Yeah,
No.
one of the things that shocked Lynn and I when we moved up here to Dallas in '86, when we go back home, and Lake Charles is the main city, and then Moss Bluff is where my mom lives. And so Linda's parents lived in Lake Charles, so we would drive out to the suburb.
So Moss Bluff is the Highland Park of Lake Charles?
No. It would be more like the Frisco before, or the Colony before it grew up. And so you would drive and there'd be it's dark. There's no street lights. There's nothing at all of, that you could see. And Linda like, man, it is dark. So that may have been part of the reason why I'm like, yeah. So everything afraid.
So any scary movie would have been.
I just would never. You. Yeah, I mean, I remember in high school going to see Magic with the Anthony Hopkins.
And Margaret's
and
boo.
Margaret. Oh, she is so beautiful in that, and that scared me so much.
That was crazy.
It was a great movie.
Hey,
Yeah, exactly.
Abracadabra, I sit on his knee. Presto, changeo, and now he is me. Hocus pocus, we take her to bed. Magic is free. We're dead.
Josephine Levine presents Magic, a terrifying love story starring Anthony Hopkins, Anne Margaret, and Burgess Meredith. Rated R.
Yeah, and I remember that movie. They had so many commercials for that movie. I was in junior high at the time, and I remember that I even think it was kind of funny because Anthony Hopkins doing the
And was the theme song the pilot song?
ho ho ho, it's magic.
Yeah.
Ho ho ho, it's magic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, Scott, did you have any?
Oh yeah, for me, I always have to. You think of like kind of Jaws. That I remember seeing that in the theater and being down in my seat. Like at the very very bottom of my seat every single time the shark would show up. But for me, I think that the first movie that ever scared the living snot out of me was The Legend of Boggy Creek.
Now, is that a Bigfoot movie?
Yeah, it was the Falk Monster, man. The Falk Monster.
Here in this primitive river bottom wilderness in southern Arkansas, along with deer, duck, crane, and beaver, lurks a creature that walks upright. Whether it is a man, a monster, or a myth, no one really knows. What we do know is the people around Falk, Arkansas say they have seen such a creature nearly 250 times since 1954. And that this creature, whatever it is, emits one of the most terrifying sounds ever recorded.
And I even went back the other day, probably like less than a week ago, and I watched the opening trailer for that movie just to go back. It's like I want to see it again, and it's still creepy. It still sends a little shivers up my spine.
You're an adult now.
Exactly. I'm 50-something years old, and it still kind of go, whoa.
There's something that was a lot scarier about like those 70s B movie type, like that, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Mm-hmm.
Not the big budget stuff, but that stuff, because the film stock it was shot on, it looked gritty and grainy. Like,
Right, yeah.
It was almost like Blair Witch before Blair Witch.
before,
It was
yes.
like,
Almost like Piranha.
hey, Piranha,
Which may make an appearance on our list.
Ah, very
I don't
good.
know
Well,
if there's
alright,
a theme
then.
song from Piranha.
You would be surprised. So before I get into the hardcore list, there is some honorable mentions I kind of wanted to bring up. The
Okay.
first one, and I'll go ahead and bring the audio up. We're actually going to have audio today, audience.
I don't want audio.
This one is a 70s movie called Alice, Sweet Alice, which I believe had Brooke Shields as a little, like, possessed girl.
Brooke Shields.
But you mean the theme song from that wasn't "All the Young Girls Love Alice"?
No, it was turning the line, turning it. In between, I cooked and cleaned. Yeah, so this is a joke for an audience
There's
of
a
one.
new girl in town, and she's looking good.
Early to rise, early to bed. And in between, I cooked and cleaned and went out of my head. Going through life with blinders on, it's tough to see. I had to get up, get out from under, and look for me. There's a new girl in town,
and she's looking good.
So I don't think you guys can hear this very well, but it's like an instrumental, and you can kind of hear Alice doing a prayer kind of noise.
Oh, I hear that now.
Okay, sure.
So I thought it sounded kind of cool, although I've never saw the movie.
Wait, if you listen, big boys don't cry.
So yeah, that one I guess would not count then, right?
I do
Jesse,
not
can you
think so.
confirm that it was Brooke Shields?
What's
Alice,
Are you
Sweet
sure it
Alice.
wasn't Linda Lavin? Alice, Sweet Alice.
All right,
It
so
is creepy music, but
it
I have
is
never-
it is kind of a creepy
I
kind of
don't
vibe
know
to it, but yeah, I wasn't familiar with the movie.
no? Yeah, Brooke Shields.
Brooke
Yep,
Shields.
yep,
Yeah,
yep.
I think she's the little girl, the little
Oh,
demented girl.
okay.
Okay,
Daddy's
so
baby girl.
the next one was a 90s movie. And that one you can hear a little bit better, right? And I think once I get to the money shot of this, it may start ringing bells.
Is that Gremlins?
Close. That would be Beetlejuice.
Oh! Not scary.
It's got that, but it's got that Danny Elfman
Right.
vibe
Yeah.
to it. So I thought that one was kind of cool.
Yeah, I think it's, but once again, when I think of Beetlejuice, I think of the Deo.
Yeah,
right.
The whole dinner table
Right,
scene.
yeah.
So the next one is an 80s movie that I thought had a pretty cool theme song, and I'll skip ahead to the money shot. Ringing any bells with anybody?
No.
No.
This one would be Creep Show.
Okay.
Oh.
Does it sound a little bit more familiar now?
So it was a creeper pig?
Yeah, it was definitely a creeper pig.
See, I would say that this one could be any one of 50 different horror type movies.
Yeah, like- It
Yeah,
sounds like Tales from the
they all
Crypt.
kind of have very similar feels to them. Now the next one, I threw in for my own personal enjoyment. It's not necessarily the theme song, and it actually does have words.
Do the show for the P1.
Yeah. It's the only Halloween movie that did not have Michael Myers
Oh,
as
this
the
is
bad
Shake
guy.
Laugh. This is Shake Laugh.
It's Halloween 3,
Three.
and the theme song
The Season of the Witch.
Yes, it isn't the theme song in the movie. It's the commercial.
It's the fake jingle.
The
Oh,
fake jingle for the mask. I don't know why I love that song.
Because you've been hypnotized by it to put your mask on.
The only thing I remember about that movie was, wasn't there a bunch of snakes crawling out of the mask? or
Yeah,
something?
because there was like a thing on it or something that would make you have
Make your
like
head melt or
make your
whatever.
head melt.
Yeah, I thought that was really creepy because all these kids were dying.
Yeah, so the plot of the movie is all of these kids buying these masks that at a certain
Silver
time
And put on your
Yeah.
mask.
Yeah, and the commercial would just be, "It's almost time. Put your mask on. The time is coming."
It should have just been a separate from the Halloween.
Yeah, it should have been its own movie,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't a bad movie, but people don't like it because it didn't have Michael
Yeah, it
Myers.
had nothing to do
It
with the
had
Halloween.
nothing to do with
series.
Halloween.
Yeah.
that kind of Halloween.
So one that we mentioned earlier. We'll see if Bob recognizes this one. We'll get a little further ahead into the Money Shot era.
Was that the end of the Incredible Hulk?
No, but it sounds like it.
It does.
No, that is Piranha. That music is definitely Piranha.
Ah, all right.
I
So,
know
it was
that
a movie.
because I know that's the end credits music from Piranha, and the reason I know that is when
Because he's looked for his name on the list.
when we went, they had the world premiere in my hometown because me and a bunch of other kids were extras in that movie, and I remember going, and at the end, that was all I wanted to see was my name, drowning victim number 5 or whatever.
The disappointment.
Still, to this day, as an extra, you don't get accredited?
No credits.
No, extra
Wow.
But I remember that damn music. And the other thing, I think it was my birthday, too. That was triple
Wow.
D.
Happy birthday, Bob. Your name not on the list.
It would have been my 12th because that was 78.
Now, this one I picked as an honorable mention just because it has a very different feel than the rest of these theme songs. And it does have lyrics, but they're not very inventive. But it's a very funny theme song.
Dang it.
This is awful.
Saturday Night Live,
It's like
kind
the
of.
Disco Strangler.
And I'll skip ahead a little bit. Is it ringing any bells for anybody?
Is this the one with the vampire that lives next door?
Fright
No.
Night?
Fright Night.
No.
Oh.
Once it gets to the Money Shot, it'll be very apparent what it is. Here we go. They said the
Prom
name.
Night?
Yeah, it's Prom Night.
Oh, Prom Night.
And this one.
That was terrible.
No, I actually really like that one, but I'm a big sucker for disco. This one is not a movie; it's a TV show, and for those of us with Netflix, we'll probably get it right away because this is a big hit on Netflix. But it has that horror feel to it.
Stranger Things, yeah. Yeah.
Are you, Scott? Are you familiar?
I just got an account for the Netflix.
The Netflix.
Netflix.
Okay, Grandpa.
A good P1CR
Oh, good hack.
has set me up with an account on her Netflix, and so my wife and I have just started kind of looking at the Netflix thing to see what's out there. To see what's out there, and the problem is we don't watch a whole lot of series shows like that. I mean.
So I just really think that
That's
has
a
a
big
very
It is creative.
80s horror kind of theme.
Yeah,
It does.
that's a
I
really
agree.
good one.
And here's one that I think was like an opening theme to a ticket show, but I can't for the life of me remember where it came from. It's some radio opening. I don't really consider this a horror movie either. This is kind of more of a funny movie than a horror movie.
Oh, Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
Yes.
It was the Big Dick P1 Wild Ass Circus.
That's what it
theme
was.
song. Yeah.
It'll kick in a minute.
How could you forget that was Big Dick?
Hold on. Now, have you guys seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
saw
that
them-
was
saw them on
stupid.
cable like a billion times.
It does have a very rocking theme song.
It does. Yeah, see how that's how they started it.
Yeah.
Alright, wait a minute. Alright, P1's a Big Dick here with the Wild Ass Circus.
Got,
tonight,
12-Step Reuben.
12-Step Reuben in the studio here
Not
with
the P1 version. And Dennis Hall
Dennis
will be
Hall.
calling in.
We're going to get football picks with Dex Watson.
All right, so that's some of the honorable mentions. So
He
let's
killed Lamar Odom, didn't he?
let's
All right, now
let's get into the meat
now
of
don't
the.
we have to? Now,
Five
how many
hookers.
songs?
So there was 30 that I put on here.
Okay.
So of those 30, how many do you think would count as iconic,
I'm not going
recognizable.
You have to.
I am gonna go 8.
It has to be when you hear the song, you know the movie.
Yes.
Right.
All right.
I'll say
agree.
10.
Damn it.
So Jesse 8, Bob 10.
See, if I say 11, that means one of you guys is going to win, but I won't go over.
You can go 11.
But you could
You
go 10.
9,
Yeah, you
12.
can go 10 again.
Split the difference.
It's okay.
Go 9.
8, 6, 5.
What's a Donner Party? I'll do 9.
9.
Okay.
Number 9.
Now, I will say, obviously I've done the research. Not knowing that there was 30, I probably would have did 50. Because I like horror movies and I would be
Right.
familiar with a lot of these on the front end. So if we were doing a list of 100, I probably would have said like 50. But going off of this list of 30, I probably would have said anywhere between 20 to 25.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I'm a big
You're a
horror
big
movie
horror
guy.
guy.
So
Right.
you would have said more than not.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
All right, so let's
He-
start
he
with the
counted
first one.
Prom
And
Night.
these, yeah, I would have counted Prom
And the
Night.
Silver Shamrock Jam.
Absolutely. Which, by the way, if you actually see the commercial for Silver Shamrock,
That's pretty
it makes
wild.
it even more creepy and more shaky.
Doesn't it just like strobe effect? Or
Yeah, it's a pumpkin strobing,
Right.
and then you see people like little kids' heads bouncing up and down. We need to show that to Jesse later.
Like, couldn't
Yeah.
they have come up with the?
All right, so
cheap-
the first one, and these aren't in chronological order or anything. First one is a 1984 movie, so let me know if you recognize this. I think it's a very recognizable theme.
It does sound familiar.
It does.
But then a lot of them did.
Yeah.
That would probably be the most recognizable part. I think if I skip ahead, it will just get
Yeah.
less recognizable.
There's 5 whole people out there going, "You idiot!"
It's familiar, but I can't place the exact movie.
Yeah.
That would be the greatness of A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh.
Although if it had just had the 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you somewhere in there, that probably would have.
What
been
about
pretty
Dream
nice.
Warriors? That was big.
The Dawkins song.
Yeah.
Dream Warrior.
Love that song. And by the way, Nightmare on Elm Street 3, which is where the Dream Warriors song comes from,
Yeah.
is the best of the Nightmare.
Is that the one where he gets all snaked up?
Yes, it's the one where the kids actually have powers and they fight back. The
Oh,
the
yeah.
best horror movies are the ones where the victims actually have some way of fighting back, which is why I say Friday the 13th movies. Part 6 is the best one because that's the one where the victim is like this chick with telekinesis, all X-Men up, actually fighting Jason back and using her powers. It's more of an action movie than just a horror movie. At that. Editor's note: it's actually part 7.
Friday the 13th was it where at the end it turned out the girl was a boy?
Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah.
All right, here comes the next one. This movie is from
Sounds like my personal horror
1979.
movie.
1979. Ringing any bells with anybody?
Almost sounds like The Thing because it sounds like the Kurt
Close.
Russell.
Oh,
Because
the
it has
fog.
No, not the fog. That noise ringing any bells?
Alien.
Alien. Yes, Bob gets it.
Nice.
So we counting that one? Were we counting Nightmare on Elm Street, by the way?
No.
No.
We should.
It's gotta be
Okay,
Very
but-
iconic to me.
All right,
Recognize
so
it.
I'm gonna propose that if any of us recognize
Recognize
it,
the
Okay.
song.
that should count.
Okay.
Not counting you because you're looking at it, but if one of us,
Alright,
and
one
so
of the
like
3 of us.
All right,
Yeah.
that's fair.
So
That's fair.
Alien counts, then,
Alright.
but Nightmare on Elm Street does not, which
Right.
I'm very disappointed in you guys,
Yeah.
not knowing Nightmare on Elm Street. All right, so the next one, 1992 movie, and we actually talked about this movie
Is this-
earlier.
Terminator 2.
No,
ooh, I should know this.
Oh, it's one of the Batman, isn't it? No.
Batman's not a horror movie.
What's escape thriller kind of thing?
I don't know this.
I'm gonna Joe, I should have had a V8 when you give me.
Very generic.
Yeah.
It is the Bram Stoker Dracula theme,
Oh.
Yeah.
which we talked about.
yeah, I would
Bram
not-
Stoker, not Bram
I
Stoker.
would not
Bram
count that.
Stroke
Masturbating Dracula.
Vinegar Stroke Dracula.
Yeah.
All right. So
Lubing it up with blood.
here is the next one. This is another 1992 movie. Anybody? Anybody? I think you guys aren't going to get this.
With the harpsichord, kind of. I know it's not because I've been listening to a lot. For they're having a big Chucky reunion for this
Sounds
Texas
child's play.
Frightmare. Yeah, so I know it's not that. Yeah, I got nothing.
This would be Candyman.
Okay.
Which has the great Virginia Madsen in her prime.
Yeah, she was great. Are you sure it's not Who Can Take a Sunrise?
No, it's not. It's not.
Look in the
Sammy
mirror
Davis
and
Jr.
say my name 3 times. The Candyman.
Okay, so Candyman's a no.
Right.
This one is a 1962 movie, which got remade later. Maybe the remake is a little bit more popular than the original. And this one also gets played heavily on The Simpsons whenever a certain character...
Oh, I know what this is. Cape Fear.
Okay.
Yes.
Does it sound very recognizable?
Yeah, it
though?
does.
Now that you say it, they recognize it, yes.
Yeah.
And those hints gave it away.
Yeah, the hints did give it away.
So you want to say no on Cape
No,
Fear?
I would have recognized it anyway.
I wouldn't have. That's okay.
Alright, so we'll give that one a yes. Alright, so here is the next one from 1976. A movie we have discussed before on a different How Many. A lot of these will be movies we've discussed before.
76.
Very serene kind of ending.
Last house on the left.
New. Think of a grave site at the end of the movie.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden a hand
comes out of it.
No.
I know what it is, but I
Not
can't.
Phantasm.
No.
No. Carrie.
Yes.
Carrie.
Although the hints gave it away.
Yeah, the hints gave it away.
So I don't think that should
Yeah,
count.
so that one won't count. Here is the next one, a 1984 movie.
Sounds like a carpenter.
Not a carpenter.
Not?
But close. 1984.
Oh, Children of the Corn?
Yeah.
Nice.
Very nice. What gave that away?
I made the association. I just remember going to that movie and we spent the whole movie making puns about, oh, look, he's getting into his Corn Victoria.
That's Shake Last.
Yeah.
Dude.
Okay. Here is a 1983 movie. One of my favorite theme songs of these that I've listened to.
Must be disco.
No.
Dang it. Oh, that's Gremlins, right?
No.
No?
No, Gremlins will be very recognizable when we get to that one. If we get to that one.
Is this the Stephen King, Christine?
Yes!
Okay.
Jesse! Very nice!
You mean the theme is not Christine 16?
No, not Christine 16.
And Children of the Corn should have been Children of the Corn, Children of the Corn.
You know what? I'm pretty happy I got even one.
I figured
Stephen
some of the
King.
Stephen King ones, it would kind of jog your memory.
Yeah.
Alright, so here is a 1980 movie.
I'm gonna suck at this.
1980. And it may help if I get to the money shot.
Oh, Friday the 13th.
Yes, Friday the 13th. That always gives it away.
That was the clue, yeah.
So that one's a yes then, right?
Yeah, Friday the 13th. And when it gets to that part.
And we said Christine was a yes. Alright, so the next one, this is a 1984 movie, and this I think may be a little controversial in whether it should count or not. It was mentioned earlier. And I'll get to the money shot.
Zamfir. Playing the pan flute there.
And it'll rev up in a minute.
Yeah, there's Gremlins.
Now, do we consider that one a horror movie?
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
Very recognizable. Love that theme song. All right, so that will be a yes.
Was that what Tom Green was trying to play?
One of the sausages?
Yeah.
Would you like some sausage?
Oh, look, honey, our boy's a genius. He's rigged a pulley system so he can eat sausage and work on his stupid drawings.
I'm being creative? Now, if you'll excuse me, I still have some work to do.
Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausages? Daddy, would you like some sausage? Sausages, sausages.
Great movie. Freddy Got Fingered. If we ever do a Tom Green, how many?
Tom Green, how many?
All right, the next one, 1978, and if you guys don't get this one, I will be extremely
This will be a
disappointed with you guys.
failed bit.
Oh,
Exorcist, yes.
Not Exorcist.
Halloween.
It's
Halloween, that's right, yes.
This is a great theme song.
Yeah, I
And
love
this is
theme
Carpenter.
Yeah, John Carpenter does his own music.
song. Yeah, and
the
all it
one
was
movie.
like 2 piano keys over
Yeah.
and over. Love the Halloween.
It goes so well with the.
Not as good as Silver Shamrock, but so that one is a yes, right?
Yeah, that one's a yes.
All right, the next one is a 1987 horror movie, and I have a feeling you guys may not get this one because I don't think you guys have seen this movie, but it's very recognizable to me. Anybody? Bueller? Skip ahead a little bit. This one's kind of generic.
It sounds familiar, but it does kind of.
Think Pinhead, Cenobites.
Oh, Hellraiser?
Hellraiser, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
that's-
not all that recognizable, so we
That's
won't
generic,
count that one.
yeah.
All right, the next one is a 1987 movie that was remade. Anybody? Bueller? Recently remade. Very recently.
It?
Yes.
Okay. Only because of the
Only
clue.
because of the clues.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right. Next one is a 1975 movie, arguably the most recognizable of all recognizable themes.
Jaws.
Yes.
Yeah. And
So that one was a.
Okay, you know what's interesting
and-
about this?
Yes.
I didn't mean to step on your toes. Right now I'm doing a unit with my kindergartners about music and art, okay? And I show them pictures, and then I play music that goes with the pictures, like some jazz stuff and marching bands. You know, it goes with the picture. And then I go back and I do a thing where I play snippets of different tunes, and they have to draw pictures.
Mm-hmm.
I know these kids probably haven't seen the movie, but I played this. They all draw sharks.
Really?
Yes.
So, and
It's
how old are
interesting.
these?
These are 5-6-year-old kids.
Wow.
And-
So they've all seen the movie.
And right, like Jaws was the first summer blockbuster, right?
Yeah.
Was
Probably
that?
so, yeah.
Yes.
I think that's it. Historically, they talk about that was the first. You know, before then there wasn't this seasonal, but that was.
So that would be the first one, and then 2 years later would have been Star Wars. So that would have been
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Yeah. So arguably the most recognizable theme song
Yes.
of any movie, even horror movies.
So the only discussion I'd have is maybe Star Wars, and then
Indiana Jones.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah, I could see
dun,
that
dun,
one.
dun,
The
dun.
Jurassic World theme song is pretty recognizable too.
Yeah. Superman.
Yes.
Is iconic. But yeah, I agree.
Any John Williams.
It is. As they talk about, Joe Montana may not be the greatest quarterback of all times, but he's in the discussion. And I think, Jaws theme,
right up there.
Is in the discussion of greatest theme song.
Oh.
All right. Next one is a 1980.
I mean, I could guess just on the date.
Yeah, just on the year alone.
Yeah.
So the next one is a 1989 horror movie. So let's prod that one up. We'll skip ahead a little bit. Doing anything for anybody?
No.
No? Stop?
No.
Very kid feel to it, right?
Yeah.
This isn't Nightmare Before Christmas, is it?
No.
Child's Play.
This is Halloween.
Well, that wasn't the thing with the opening, though.
No, it wasn't.
So this would be Pet Cemetery.
Oh.
I almost, when you were talking about the grave and the hand,
You were going to say that one about the other
exactly.
But that would have been a paw.
Yes, exactly.
So the next one is going to be a 1979 horror movie.
1979.
I'll skip ahead a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, that's Phantasm.
Yes. Man, right away.
I've seen that movie a million times. That movie's
I
greatness.
saw it once.
But that's really good. That's a really good theme song too.
What is your draw to Phantasm?
It was first off, it has so much shake laugh. Hey, this guy's not going to leak all over my ice cream, is he? There's so much good shtick in that movie. And the Tall Man's
You're
boy.
the Tall Man.
Yeah, Tall Man's good.
And the Silver
The
Ball.
Silver Ball.
The silver ball that's pumping the brain matter.
that movie was greatness. That was HBO 20 times a month. Man, I love that movie.
All right, so we're going to count Phantasm since Bob got that one.
Yeah.
The next one is a 1982 horror movie. Again, very serene sounding, very
always starts out
quiet.
Creepy. Anytime you get the singing kids with echo, with reverb, that's creepy.
1980. What?
82.
This isn't Child's Play, is it?
No.
Not a clue.
Is it like an Omen sequel or something?
No. This would be the greatness of Poltergeist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that one's going to be a no.
That's crazy.
The next one is probably the second most recognizable theme.
Psycho?
Yes. Yeah, see, Jesse got another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely Psycho.
I think even if you had said not recognizable thing,
You would have got
and
it.
you didn't give the date either, that would have been a way to give away
1960.
to. Yeah.
Yes, 1960. But I like the end. Let's skip ahead to the...
Yeah.
It's my favorite part. Yeah, the water circling the drain.
My first memory of the movie Psycho, I was with my father, and we went over to a friend of his house to pick something up. I can't remember what it was, right? It was not too far away in our neighborhood. And the guy comes out to the car, and he brings whatever this is that my dad was wanting to get. And I remember the guy going, I gotta get back inside. Psycho's coming on. And I remember as a kid going, what the heck is Psycho? It sounded so incredibly frightening. Because I hadn't heard the movie. It came out 2 years before I was born, so.
Great movie.
Oh,
yeah, that was
one of Alfred Hitchcock's 10, maybe.
That was probably the first
that should be
full-blown recognizable theme song.
For a horror movie, especially.
Almost,
which
other than
Psycho
Gone with
may
the Wind
be,
or something.
and Psycho is considered like one of the very first slasher movies.
Yeah.
But see, I would say that probably that portion of it.
Yeah.
Because how many times has that been redone you know, in
And
comedies
parody.
and
Yeah, it's like
parody.
shorthand. For,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
A murder.
you know, but you hear the whole thing in the beginning, and it doesn't click. But that part of it, yeah, okay, we're there.
All right, the next one is a 1968 horror movie.
Rosemary's Baby.
That's
And
what
it
I was
has-
going to guess.
Yes. Man,
The
it's top of
year,
the
the year
year.
gave it away.
Yeah.
Sung by Mia Farrow.
What is it?
Rosemary's Baby.
Oh, Rosemary's Baby. Okay.
Well, sung by who?
By Mia Farrow.
Oh, my baby terrible.
Oh, the fake Woody Allen's making an appearance.
Quadruple fake Woody Allen.
All right, so Rosemary's Baby counts. The next one is a more recent horror movie.
What is it, like Saw or something?
It is Saw.
Really?
Yes. And there's certain parts that are very recognizable because it kind of coincides with him shutting the door on the first Saw when he tells them all, "Oh, game over."
Scott, did you see Saw?
No.
Jessica, did you see Saw?
No.
Never saw Steve.
Who didn't see Saw when they were a kid? Everybody rode the seesaw.
Very nice.
That was good. Okay.
Saw is a good movie. So
Very funny.
did I give it away with the recent movie?
No.
Not really.
I think that's a very recognizable song.
And I haven't seen any of the what we would call torture flicks.
porn.
I have not seen any.
I only saw Jigsaw, which was like the 6th or 7th Saw.
The very first Saw I thought was a really good movie. It's very twist ending.
Isn't the Princess Bride guy in that
Yes,
one?
he is.
Yes. Carrie Eloise.
Yes.
All right, the next one is a 1974 horror movie.
I'm not going to guess the movie because I know the year, but I don't know if
But you have a good idea of what it is.
Yeah, I
probably.
just don't know what music. Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yes.
Okay.
Then we'll get some head cheese. Maybe.
Yes, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, filmed in Texas. Right?
Yes.
Right.
Also
Music
considered
video.
one of the earliest of the horror movie genre.
Same director as Poltergeist, Toby
Yes.
Hooper.
Yep.
Hanging with Mr. Hooper. All right. The next one is a 1979 horror movie.
Boring.
Now, I'll skip ahead a little bit, see if it helps.
Is this The Omen?
No. Would it help if I said
Oh, Amityville 4?
yes?
Oh, really?
So that one won't count because I gave,
Well, see,
gave
now
away
that-
the hint.
Now that you say that and I put those together, I can kind of go, yeah, all right, I see it. But I.
But
Yeah.
all right, the next one we talked about this one earlier. Very recognizable.
Yes, there's the Tubular Bells.
And you
They
can see Bob powering down right now and
Play it the
slouching
whole
in
way
his
through.
chair. Great song, even if it wasn't part of a horror movie. Great song. You said it was actually a chart topper.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if it was number 1, but it was definitely top 40.
Look it up, Jesse. Tubular Bells, I guarantee you, was like it was a top 10.
Top 20, I bet, at least. I'm not sure how high.
It has a nice little guitar riff in the middle too.
Which surprises you because you hear this and you think it's going to
It's
be
all piano.
and then it.
All right, so that one definitely counts, right?
Yes.
All right, so next one is a 1980 horror movie.
Certainly has the haunted house vibe.
Yes. But it does kind of change up after it gets past this grandiose opening.
sounds really familiar.
What do you think?
Awful at this.
Anybody? Any
No,
guesses?
I don't have it.
Back real quick, the Tubular Bells peaked at number 7.
Oh wow.
Told you, top
Big
10.
guess.
I don't know it.
Bob, any guesses?
Dang it. What year did you say it was? 79?
1980. Maybe if I skip ahead. Nah, it's all kind of the same.
Yes.
It's gonna drive me nuts when you tell me what it is because it sounds.
That would
familiar.
be the greatness of The Fog.
Okay.
Oh.
And what you had talked about
Yeah.
earlier.
A
All right.
movie that really upset me.
Why is that?
The end. Well, I'm not gonna. Okay.
That's the
How
great
is it-
Adrian Barbeau.
Yes,
Was
it is. But
different from the Mist, the Fog and the Mist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
By the way,
And-
Adrian Barbeau going to be at Texas Frightmare Weekend. I'm
Oh,
hoping to
very
get
nice.
my picture taken with her.
oh god.
Very
No,
nice.
No,
Yeah, she will whip them out.
It upset me because of I had a kind of a fear of the things coming out of that cloud, because I remember the Incredible Shrinking Man and him going into the cloud and getting the stuff on him and then shrinking down to minuscule size. With always that and the mist, those two are always kind of creep me out. But I like the pirates.
Yeah, in the
Spoiler!
in the mist was it was a bunch of ghost pirates, right?
Yes, I like ghost pirates, man.
Okay.
All right, so the next one is a 1987 horror movie, and I don't even know if it's even considered a horror movie, but this also is one of the very few that actually has words.
Is this David Naughton?
No, from American Werewolf.
I got the chance of taking it.
Here, I'll skip ahead a little
No,
bit.
no. Dream Warrior?
No.
No.
No, God.
No, wait.
Wait, when it gets to the chorus, I think it may become recognizable at that point.
I know this one. I can't think of it.
Yeah. That's a hit.
I can't remember this, but I do know it.
I'm trying to place the name of the movie, but
Like throughout the movie, it's all "Thou shalt not fall."
Yeah, I got nothing.
who was the actor in it? Who was the actor?
Kiefer Sutherland was in it.
Lost Boys.
Yes,
Okay.
but we won't count it because I gave too many hints away.
Who was
That
the-
is a great
Who was the
song,
performer of the song?
though. Gerald McMahon.
Oh, that's not. I was thinking it was somebody.
Yes, you are correct, sir.
So the next one is a 1976 horror movie. Sing
Was
a
it
little
The
bit
Omen?
for
You
yes,
half
yes,
Omen,
yes. It would have been that one.
David. Yeah, I would have got that one.
Yeah. So Omen counts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So let me
Fine.
say yes to that one. The Omen is a very recognizable theme.
Never seen it all the way through.
Sans-oui, minimus, corvus. It's pretty much how it goes.
Yeah,
Speaking
that's
Latin the whole way
pretty. It's shake, laugh, while that chanting.
Cheesy poos. I think it would have counted. And
Yeah, I
Bob
would
got
count
it.
it. I would count it.
All right, so the next one is a 1980 horror movie.
I know this.
Bob is anguishing right now.
Yeah,
trying
because I
to
definitely
think.
recognize the music.
I'll skip ahead a little bit. Anybody?
No.
Jesse? Scott?
I know this.
Alright, so this would be the greatness of The Shining.
Yes, damn it! I knew that.
The Shining.
The Shining.
The next one, and there's only a
That,
couple
the Shining's got to count. That's got to count.
No,
You want to count The Shining?
Yes,
We
because
didn't
I
know
knew it. I couldn't place.
You knew it, but you didn't know it. So it
Bob,
doesn't.
I will let you use an exemption.
Yeah, I want to use an exemption on that.
All right.
One. That was legit.
Alright, here is the next one. This is a 1991. And again, there's not very many left. Anybody? Bob, the glassy-eyed over there.
Lazily.
Alright, now, this movie has two songs that are recognizable with the movie. So,
Side adventure.
So what if I play this song instead?
Oh!
Whoa, Bob is dancing for us right now. Tucking in.
I know me. Yes, Q
Bob, you know
Lazarus.
This is Sauce of the Lambs.
Yes. Jesse, would you have known this one if I played
No.
this song?
That-
Have you seen Silence of the Lambs?
Yes.
That's got to count.
This is the
Jane Gum.
dancing in the mirror, tucking in.
Okay.
Great song, by the way. So you want to count Silence of the Lambs?
Not the theme music, but that.
But Goodbye Horses?
Yeah, Goodbye Horses. That totally counts.
All right, the next one is a 1984 movie, and this one kind of skirts the line between action and horror, but I think it's a very recognizable one. I think it's kind of horror.
Terminator.
Yes, man, right off the bat. Would you have gotten that one, Jesse?
No.
I wouldn't have got it either.
How about when it gets to the...
Oh God, that's 80s sounding, isn't
Yeah.
it?
That's a good one. Terminator's a good one.
Is it... Would you consider that a horror movie, or is that more...
No, it's more of suspense.
More sci-fi.
Yeah.
Sci-fi thriller.
So you don't want to
Sci-fi.
count that one?
It's up to you guys, but I would not have thought.
I wouldn't have thought of that as
Not
horror.
as scary?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have called it sci-fi.
We don't have to count that.
Hey, but for the second Terminator, you can count. You would be mine.
The Guns N' Roses
But
song.
don't
Which,
worry,
Jesse, is that Guns N' Roses is one?
Yes.
You would be mine.
All right, here is the last one. This is a 1982 horror movie.
Now, are you going to loop that over?
Yes.
Dang it. Oh, is that Escape from New York?
No.
The heart of rock
Close.
is still beating.
Oh, this is the thing.
They Live?
Yes.
Oh, the thing.
It
This
is the thing.
Yeah, it took me a second, but because I remember they played this, I think, at the end as well. But that plays concurrently, and I just saw the thing not that long ago.
Great theme song, I think. Great movie, too.
That's
Very
I think
underrated.
That's the only one that Carpenter didn't write.
He didn't write the theme
I
song
don't think
for
he
that
wrote
one?
the theme song for
No,
that.
I know he definitely did Escape from New York, which is greatness.
Oh God, they call me Snake.
Snake Plissken.
All right, so of the ones that we did count, and I'm going to go ahead and throw Silence of the Lambs in there, even though it wasn't really the theme song. 18
Really?
of the 30 that we listened to counted.
Oh, wow.
So, Bob, you said 10,
Yeah.
so you were actually the closest.
Plus, I forced about 5 of them on that.
Now, in doing the research for this, I listened to probably 200 horror theme songs. One that I thought about counting, but I didn't because it has too many lyrics in it. And I don't even know that this is considered a horror movie.
Oh, Cat People?
Yes.
Oh,
Would you
wow.
consider that
David
a horror
Bowie.
movie?
Yes, I would.
Putting out fire with gasoline.
Now, here was another one that I considered even though
Because the original was considered a horror movie. I'm sorry.
yes, even though this is probably not a horror movie, I was going to count this one. Not a horror movie. I
Huey
mean,
Lewis says thumbs down.
on this?
Yeah, it's a big steal of one new drug.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So we would not count that one as a horror movie.
No, I wouldn't count that as a horror movie.
Dude, play
Horror comedy.
Escape from New York. I want to hear that.
I don't have it.
Damn it! Play Phantasm again.
Phantasm. Now here's another one that I considered, but it's kind of in the action movie more than the horror movie.
That's Jurassic Park, right?
No, Jurassic Park. No. Maybe if I skip ahead a little bit.
It's very John Green sounding. Predator?
Yes, it is Predator. But it would probably be considered more of a
It's action
and horror.
sci-fi. Yeah.
This one I thought was really funny sounding. It has lyrics.
Wipeout.
Anybody?
No.
A legend began. Every
It's all about Valentine's Day.
always remember the time.
St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
My Bloody Valentine, which is an 80s horror
Yeah.
movie.
Dang it.
Here's one that you guys were bringing up for like every third guess. Anybody?
No clue.
That one is actually Child's Play.
Oh.
You guys guessed it like 5 times. And there was a couple of movies that I had never seen before that had really cool sounding theme songs. They were like Italian horror movies. So I just wanted to give a shout out to these. This one is a movie called Suspiria. Anybody familiar with that?
I'm familiar with the title.
Yeah, I am too.
I just thought it was a very cool sounding movie theme. There's another one. It's kind of Silver
like a
Samurai.
video game.
This is Halloween. This is Halloween.
Sounds like something Ed Grimley would dance to.
This one is a horror movie called Stage Fright. And that turns into like an 80s kind of dance.
It's a saxophone going. Stage fright.
Give me the band.
Here's another one from the 80s that I thought had a really cool theme song, but I'd never seen this movie. It's for a movie called The Burning. Anybody familiar with that one?
Again, the title's familiar, but
Yeah, it's where a whole town gets gonorrhea at one time.
Doctor, it hurts when I pee.
The burning.
All right, well that's the list I wanted to share
What was
with
the
you
movie
guys.
from? What was that movie?
The Burning.
Oh, okay, duh.
All right, so
That was kind of a fun topic.
we had
That was a
we
fun
had
It
topic.
was almost more of a game show than
Yes, it was. It was nice.
we had more than we thought we would have, right?
Yes, we did.
But
And-
again, I forced way too many.
No. I think, I got 2 or 3, and so that's...
Yeah, for
that's
somebody
you
that
gotta
hates
kinda
horror
who hates
movies.
horror movies, yeah, that's pretty
I think I
good.
got 1.
Yeah.
But there was some
Well,
that, as a
I got-
consensus, we all would have got, like Jaws,
Jaws,
Psycho,
Psycho.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th, I
Halloween.
think, is very, very recognizable.
Yeah.
Can't
So,
believe you guys did not count Nightmare on Elm Street.
Great job, Junior. Good topic. If you want to send us an email and give us a topic about what you want to do, you can send us an email to...
The Halloween... How many podcasts at gmail.com.
Yes, you can also reach me on Twitter at Jesse Jackson DFW.
and Metzgen_Jr. on Twitter. Or
even though he never looks at it.
Even though I never look at it, you can send me an email, metzgenjr@hotmail.com.
Yeah.
Scott_Matula at the Twitter.
At Lukewarm Tallboy.
Interesting story.
Not really.
And please go to iTunes to rate and review us. We're trying to reach the big 200 downloads. So
That's
appreciate
the
it.
top of the mountain.
Yes.
200 downloads.
Yes, and remember to always keep the nightlight on.
Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock. Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
It's almost time, kids. The clock is ticking. Be in front of your TV sets for the Horror-thon. And remember the big giveaway at 9. Don't miss it. And don't forget to wear your masks. The clock is ticking. It's almost time.
Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock. Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock.